Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Sturkey. My name is Matt Chasser, and I represent the applicant for zoning relief, Trent Coletti.
Okay, great. And are you an attorney?
Yes, I
I
am.
think I see
Licensed
a
in Ohio.
Supreme Court plaque back there.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Okay,
Still
great.
getting a little dusty.
You're telling me. Um, all right. We also have Kate Meehan here from the City Planning Department. Welcome, Kate.
Yes, hello.
All right. Mr. Chesser, are we expecting anyone else to join us here on the applicant owner side?
No, I will be appearing on behalf of the applicant owner.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get started. I need to read through our hearing script. This is just going to cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll begin. So this is the October 15th, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Starkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city. I'll be presiding over the hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20250099. That's 3623 Russell Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. For our purposes here today, Mr. Chasser, that of course that'll be your opportunity to tell me about the project, the zoning relief that's requested, and of course why you believe that zoning relief should be approved and why it's appropriate. If we did have anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. Let's see. Also, as an attorney for the applicant, if we did have anyone testify in opposition to this application, you'd have an opportunity to not only cross-examine that person, but also rebut any testimony provided in opposition. I'll hear from Kate Meehan from the planning department to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report that she submitted. And then finally, I'll give the applicant an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those issues on the fly. But to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay. I think then I just need to, because attorneys do not need to be sworn. I will go ahead and swear in Ms. Meehan. Ms. Meehan, if you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, great. All right. Mr. Chasser, if you're ready, I'll turn it over to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Sturkey and Ms. Meehan. It's nice to meet you. I think you provided an excellent report, and I appreciate that. It was very helpful in my review of the issues. This is the replacement of a porch that was previously built on a residential at a residential project at 3623 Russell Avenue that's currently zoned S4 Hillside Overlay. Mr. Sturkey, we are seeking a variance for the maximum building envelope on the left side and the rear side of the property. I think it's important for you to consider that this is not an addition, but really a rebuild. I guess the proper procedures, I'd like to move into evidence all the documents that we provided in the file, 1 through 12 in the electronic submission that we made. And one of those will show you, and it's also part of Ms. Meehan's report, the prior porch that was built. The new porch that is proposed, you have the drawings for that. The porch is proposed because the old porch had deteriorated. I've been on the site numerous times personally. I have looked it over where the porch is going to be proposed to be built. There already are the footers from the old porch. There is a back door that's raised up, I'd say 3 feet or so. So something has to go there, or otherwise the backyard is not usable or accessible from the back of the home, which is generally a very tasteful home. It has a steep front yard, but the backyard is relatively flat, and so there's not going to be any excavation or fill required. Uh, but a variance is necessary because of the building envelope and specifically what we're asking for, consistent with what Ms. Meehan reported, is 12 feet 7 inches relief on the left side of the maximum building envelope and 5 feet 6 inches on the rear side. Now, I am no expert in the zoning code here, but I did flip through section 143323, which I think are the guidelines by which you are to determine whether a variance is appropriate. I can tell you there are no cliff-like vertical slopes. That exist now are going to be created as a result of the porch if it's constructed. The building fits into the hillside current, or the proposed build fits into the hillside currently. It's on a relatively flat portion. As I mentioned, there's no excavation or fill proposed. One of the documents we've provided is a geotechnical report from UES that states the site is suitable for the porch. There are no surrounding tree coverage that will be disturbed. Again, this is a porch that is being replaced in the same location as the old, and there are no public viewing places. So I think under those standards, a variance here is appropriate, and we would ask that it be granted.
Okay, great. Let me ask you, when you say it's going, the new porch is going in the same place, is it going to have the same footprint as the old or existing porch?
It's going to, if you look at the report from Ms. Meehan, you can see that the old porch was on the back. And then it looks like the person that previously resided there, and that's on page 4 of her report. The person that previously resided there, it looks like needed handicapped access. There will not be that handicapped access. There will be just a stairwell. I don't know if the new porch is exactly the same roof line as this one, but I know that it's sitting on the same footers that were on that one. So I just don't have the measurements of the other one to tell you that's exactly the same, but it's very, very close if it's not exact.
Got it. Okay. Let me ask you this. Will the porch extend further than than either side facade of the home? So
No,
the
no, you mean
existing sort of
will it be wide? Will
non-conforming.
it be wider than the home?
Yeah.
No, it will not.
Okay. Will it be in line with the home then? Will it
I,
extend the entire width? Because it looks like in figure 4, it's not quite, if you don't include the deck maybe, or you don't include the ramp, it's not quite as wide as the home. That
no, I think,
okay.
Mr. Sturkey, if you look at figure 4, you see on the left a window, then a door, and then a window and another window. Let me just look at the drawing.
Mhm.
Okay.
It
Can you-
looks like on the south side it might be a little, it might not extend all the way to the south facade of the home. But
So if you look at our application, which is document 5, I think you can, okay. If you look at document 5, page 3, do you want me to share my screen? Would that be more helpful?
sure.
Okay, hold on one second, please. Can you see that, Mr. Sturkey?
I cannot.
Okay, that's because I didn't share it yet. Let's try now.
Yeah, got it. Yep.
Okay. Here's the
Okay.
drawing. Here's the existing house. If you can see my cursor right here and the
Yeah.
corner here. So the porch is going to be inset off the existing house. They're the existing footers, and then the door is there, and then the porch is going to end right here, well before I think that is the south side of the house right here, if I remember correctly. And so well before the other side, and the steps are going to go up to the side, if that makes sense.
It does. Yep. Thank you. And I assume that this home was constructed before the implementation of the modern zoning code in 2004.
I believe this home was constructed in the 1900s.
So before the existence of zoning law at all.
Well,
Okay.
I'm careful. I'm under oath, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
Yeah.
that, but
I,
well
I
before
think
the
that's right.
current code.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't think I have any more questions. Did you want to say anything else before I turn it over to Kate?
No, I have nothing further other than we appreciate your time and consideration.
Okay. Kate, anything you want to add to the discussion here?
Thank you, David. Yes, and Mr. Chasar is correct. The house dates from about 1900, according to the Hamilton County Auditor site. So certainly it has been here since well before there were any zoning laws. I did speak with Mr. Coletti about the rear porch. As you know, there is a provision in the zoning code that does allow for the rebuild of a porch in the exact same footprint, same dimensions, etc. If it is within a 2-year period. In this case, from talking with Mr. Coletti, I believe the rear porch has been um, gone for over 2 years. So unfortunately, it did not meet that test of being able to be rebuilt because of the time period
Okay.
in which
Yeah,
it
that's
has
what
been
I was wondering.
right, in which it
Yeah.
had been removed. And that is why it is here for relief. So because we could not apply that standard, we did have to review this as a new porch, which of course necessitated the hillside review, um, in which we found that the porch did not meet the MBE and needs relief for the MBE. Otherwise, the porch is compliant. Certainly, we have the evidence showing that there was a porch here. It's being rebuilt in the same footprint, very much the same design, if not exactly, very much the same design. And certainly a rear porch, I don't know how long the previous one was here, but certainly, it is a property right that was enjoyed by the homeowner for many years before it was removed. And we feel that this is certainly very reasonable to reconstruct this porch and put it and again have a porch here. I believe the adjacent property to the right has maybe both front and back porches, but certainly a porch is a common feature in the neighborhood. It's just that this one needs relief due to the MBE. But as Mr. Chaser and also the geotechnical report showed, it is relatively flat here. The front of the property is much steeper, and where this porch will be is relatively flat. So staff does recommend for approval of this.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Kate.
Mm.
I appreciate your testimony, your work on the staff report here. Mr. Chasser, I'll throw it back to you. Anything you want to say in response to Kate's comments or anything in closing or otherwise before we adjourn?
In closing, I think that if you allow this porch, it will increase the use and enjoyment of the property. It will increase the property value over time. And I do not believe it will impact in any way the hillside or hillside stability. I believe, I believe that the variances sought are relatively minor under the circumstances. And given that the age of the house, the Mr. Coletti's desire to construct this in a tasteful manner. I think it's in the best interest of the city as well as Mr. Coletti that this variance be approved. And I have nothing else to say.
Okay. I think we'll leave it at that. I agree. I agree with your arguments, Mr. Chasser, and with the recommendation of the staff report, which I have reviewed, as well as the application materials. Based on all of that, based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I think it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this application, and so I'm going to approve the request. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll try and get that out to you as quickly as I can. I think this is a fairly simple one, but I've got a little bit of a queue of cases that I need to get through. As soon as I finish that decision, I'll put it into a PDF and I'll email it directly to you, Mr. Chasser, and to Ms. Meehan on the same email. As soon as Ms. Meehan sees that, she can approve the zoning permitting on her end, and you all can take the next steps. Any
Thank you
questions?
very much. No questions. Ms. Meehan, thank you so much for your excellent work on this project.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, great. Good luck with the project. Hope you have a great day.
You
And
too.
we're adjourned.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right.
thank